Hey science friends, this includes anybody watching, but especially my scout friends. So today, Lucas and I are going to do an experiment that has to do with some of our, electives with scouts regarding science. And so we're doing the Mentos and Coke experiment. Um, there's different ways you can do it. You could even make a rocket out of them. Today, our hypothesis is going to be a little different than that. So when I attach this video, I'm going to attach kind of like a little journal that Lucas has already filled out. And it says Diet Coke and Mentos experiment, but like today what we're doing, we're testing Diet Coke and regular Coke. You're definitely going to need an adult helper for this experiment, because they're the ones, if you have these little geyser tubes, they're going to be the one that needs to pull that out, because sometimes it's a little tough for kids to do. So we're going to be talking about what is, like a scientific method. So everyone successful in science and science fair projects, including kids who do science fair projects for kids, start with a scientific method. The method is just a roadmap to get from one question to the answer by following the steps you make for the prediction. So we've done kind of our research, and there's debate on what causes the reaction for the Mentos and Coke. Some say it's physical, and some of them say it's chemical. So you guys can, put that as part of your hypothesis, or even do some research on it. So we followed our booklet, and for our first page, what do you need for the experiment? So we needed Mentos, and the geysers hold 6 Mentos. That's about half a pack. So depending on which experiment you're choosing to do, for this one I originally had 3 bottles of soda. One of them accidentally went off as we were, prepping them. So right now I have 2-liter bottles of soda. We have regular and we have diet. And again, so that means you would need, if you do 2, you would need just 1 pack of Mentos. For 3 bottles, for this, if you're using this geyser tube, it's a pack and a half. Anyways, like I said, the geyser tube holds 6, which is about a half a pack of Mentos. So Mentos, and we choose to use these geyser tubes. We have our journal to keep up with our hypothesis, a pencil, and 2-liter bottle of soda. And depending on which experiment you're doing and hypothesis you decide to form, we're doing 2. Lucas also drew a picture of the items we needed. So next the page says, for this experiment, and my procedure will be, we're going to load the Mentos into the geyser tubes. What are we going to do next? How would I do next?
You put them on the soda.
So did I open up the soda first? Yeah, and then I put the what on it? The geyser tube. Okay. So next I'm going to be taking the bottle of soda over here to our station we set up. And it's best to do this, of course, outside. I actually thought today would be a good day because it's been raining. So right now it's a beautiful day, but later it'll rain and it'll wash some of the stickiness away, because it is very sticky. So I'm going to take the bottle of Pepsi or Coke to our station. It doesn't matter what brand you buy. I actually have Pepsi because it was on sale at the time. So next for this, when I get over there, I'm going to release this tube, and all the Mentos are going to drop down in the Coke. So Luke, on the next page, and you just watch and see what happens. So on the next page, for our hypothesis, I kind of put which Coke is Diet Coke or regular Coke, which one is going to have the fastest, which one will shoot up the highest, cause the biggest reaction. Lucas predicted that it's going to go boom. So he thinks, I don't know, did you mean that the whole bottle's going to explode, or you think there's just going to be a boom sound?
I just think it's just going to go in the air, and I just like saying the word boom.
Oh, okay. And so he also drew a little picture. So if you print off the journal I'm going to attach with this, and just make sure, either post pictures of yourself doing the experiment, or watching the experiment, and then you can show, share your little notes. The last page is we're going to note afterwards what was the outcome. So like Lucas is going to decide whether did he hear a boom sound, did it explode. I'm going to monitor and see which Coke had the biggest reaction, regular Coke or Diet Coke, which one shot up into the air. And then Lucas will draw a picture of what it looked like. So we went over the procedures. You can go over, if you want to go in more depth, you can gather some data. Like we said, we're doing a recording. You can do pictures. This is data when we're writing stuff down. You can also, do your own research. There's tons of stuff on Pinterest, online, geared toward kids with this experiment. And then, of course, we talk about the conclusion. So I'm going to move us over where we can see. Oh, and of course, you have the scientific method we talked about, which is kind of what do you think is going to happen? Like there's a big talk about, like it said before, it's a chemical reaction, like what's in the chemical reaction, what's in the Mentos, what makes Mentos, and what's in the what's the ingredients to make Coke. Some people say it's a physical reaction. That's something you can definitely research. And then, of course, you make sure you do your hypothesis. I'm going to turn this around to make sure you can view our station. Lucas, do you know where you're going to be sitting?
No.
All right. I want to make sure. Go stand over there. See if I can see it. There's kind of a glare. All right.
You can.
Okay. Let's see if I can go a little further over.
Except you can't see the thing, so I'm going to move it like right here.
No, don't move that. I'm moving the camera.
Oh.
Let's see if it goes better if we just sit it in a chair so it's low enough. What about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it go boom.
All right, you have to come stand over here. Okay, so my first one is the regular Coke product, so it's non-diet. Okay, so I don't know if you can really see the bottle and stuff from here, but you'll be able. I really want you guys to be able to see the reaction. So ready? You want to give me a countdown, Lucas?
10.
No, just do it from 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, explode!
Here it goes.
Whoa!
So it's going. It went up pretty high. It was. We have a trampoline over here, and it's just over the trampoline. So I'll measure that to see how far I get, and I'll post those results.
Here you go.
Okay. Now I'm over here getting the diet. We're gonna do diet soda to see if the reaction changes.
And diet might explode
This
even
is
higher.
actually originally had a regular diet, but I also wanted to compare the Coke Zero, so I got 3. But again, we had a little mishap with our Diet Coke.
Yeah.
All right, so let's pay attention and see how. Count me down from 5, Lucas, and we're
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, explode!
So I think that one did go. I definitely think that there was more bubbles. But I don't know if it necessarily went higher because I feel like that one went that away and had more bubbles versus the regular Coke that just shot straight up in the air.
That was awesome!
That was pretty cool. But they seem to go the same distance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing Lucas is going to do is he wanted to taste the drink. And that's something you can put in your hypothesis too. How did it change? Did it add more bubbles? Lucas is going to get us some little cups. And we'll even taste the Diet Coke that didn't quite make it to our video.
okay if Daddy can have some?
In a minute when we're done with our video. Is that yours? Okay, so I'm just going to put a little. So we're going to start with the Diet Coke that we had the little accident with. See? And we kind of know what these taste like already because we drink them.
A lot.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
I'll let you have about one. So this has had the Mentos sitting in it. You want to smell it?
Sure.
Smell it. You have one. Oh, that is nasty. You drink it all. It's very flat, so there's like no carbonation left at all.
It tastes good.
Here, you want to finish mine?
Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of Diet Pepsi anyways, but it has no carbonation. It's very flat, and
Wait, I want to start with that one.
so this is regular Pepsi we're going to try. We're going to see,
Wait, that's mine.
yeah, this is of course going to have more sweet flavor because it is regular, and I'm sticky already. But let's see what happened with the carbonation, see if there's any. There's still a little bit of carbonation left in this one, wouldn't you say? But it does taste like it's been like opened or shook up, and there's not much left.
That was good.
Alright, so now we have the Coke Zero, which is honestly, if I'm going to drink a Coke, this is what I prefer. You can still hear the Mentos in that one.
This is
let's
going to be
see.
delicious.
Now, you can't smell the mint, though. Oopsie, gross. It completely ruined the drink. It's flat. It's almost just like drinking water. Completely, the Mentos reaction completely, I don't know how it worked, but it completely got rid of the carbonation in it, don't you say?
It
All right, well,
was
I hope you enjoyed our experiments today. Go again, like I said, post your own through our either Remind or our Facebook page. And I've enjoyed doing this. It's one of mine and Lucas's favorite thing next to making the volcano, which we'll do a little later. But again, you could use this. You can look up different ideas. You can make rockets with it. You can just test it in the air. And then you can, like I said, test the flavor afterwards. If you like, you can even do the difference. If you're not familiar with their flavor, you could taste it before and taste it after. So it really just depends on what you want to talk to your scout or your kids to do with each other. It was great doing the experiments. I'll post some more stuff later. Bye.
Bye.